Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I did this smoky burgundy half cut crease, and honestly I was kind of just playing around with my makeup and came up with this. And I also show you two different lip combos you could do with this look. So if you guys would like to see how I got it, then keep on watching. Okay, so starting off this look, I already have done my eyebrows off camera. If you guys would like to know how I do them, I will leave it in the description box below. But to start off this eye look, I'm just going to prime my eyes with a little bit of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC15. And just blending that out with my Real Techniques complexion sponge. Just setting that concealer down with a little bit of Classic from the Tarte Pro palette and this Morphe M501 brush. Now taking the shade Golden Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just going to stick that into my crease just to act as a transition shade. I'm just really building up this color to the intensity that I want it to be, so I'm going in a couple times and layering this color. And I'm really making sure to blend this out. I don't want any harsh lines whatsoever. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Chick from the Tarte Pro palette and layering that on top of Golden Ochre with the same brush. Oh, which is the Morphe M535. Next shade I'm going to be dipping into is Whimsy right here from the Tarte Pro palette again. And I'm taking it on this Morphe M433 brush. And I'm going to really put this into my crease just to build up the intensity and depth of my crease. And I'm slightly packing this on the outer corner of my eye as well. Then going back in with that first brush, the M535, and blending everything together. And I did not pick up any product on this brush. I'm just blending it out with whatever it has on there. Now going back into the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to be taking the shade Red Ochre, and on this tiny little pencil brush, the Morphe M506, and I'm going to be sticking this on the outer corner of my eye. Taking my blending brush and blending out those edges, just kind of going over everything. Now I'm going to be cutting my crease. I'm going to do a half cut crease, and I'm just going to use the same MAC Pro Longwear Concealer that I used to prime my eyes. And I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I am going to kind of fake my crease. Okay, well, that was a fail at trying to do that on camera. All I did was I cut my crease and then I set it with the same classic shade that I used to set my whole lid. Now I'm going to be taking the shade Primavera and packing that all over where I just put the concealer. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M224 brush and spraying it with a little bit of my Rose Water by Mariah Ortiz. So I'm just going to pack this onto my brush and then pack it onto my lid. Don't mind that harsh line. I'm gonna go in and blend it out in a second. Now I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe 506 brush, that little pencil brush I used to pack on a red ochre to my outer corner. And I'm gonna go back in and blend that together. Okay, so I am done with my eyes for right now. I'm going to move on to the face and then come back and do lashes and my lower lash line. So to prime my face, I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer Mattifying and placing that in my T-zone. So I do have an oily face. Now I'm going to be taking two foundations. One is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Buff Bisque. And I'm going to be taking a little bit of that. And I'm also going to be taking the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Coverage Foundation. And I'm going to be taking about a pump and a half of that and mixing the two. So as you can see, I do have a couple of breakouts, so I'm just going to spot conceal with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Then I'm going to go back in with my sponge and just make sure everything is blended out. Now for under eye concealer, I'm just going to be taking that MAC Pro Longwear Concealer and placing that under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. And my chin. Now taking my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder and setting everywhere I placed the concealer. I'm going to set the rest of my face with the MAC Studio Fix Powder and NC20. Moving back onto the eyes, I'm going to be taking that first shade, Golden Ochre, on the brush that the palette came with, the Anastasia brush. And I'm taking the flat side of the brush and I'm going to run that shade underneath my lash line. And then I'm going to take the other side of the brush, which is just a fluffy blending brush, and blend this out. Then I'm going to go in with Whimsy from the Tarteist Pro Palette on this Morphe M321 brush. And I'm going to be placing this where I placed Golden Ochre. Now I'm going to be taking Vermeer from the Modern Renaissance palette and sticking that in my inner corner. So for right now, I'm going to move on to my face and then come back to my lashes. I just feel like I'm going to be applying more powder onto my face and I don't want that powder to get into my lashes. So now I'm going to take the Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm just going to take the brush that it comes with and I'm going to contour my cheeks. Now going in with my Morphe M527 brush, and I'm going to blend this out. Now taking my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm going to bronze my face now with the same brush. I'm going to take my Hoola bronzer one more time, and I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette in the shade Dolce de Leche. And I'm just going to be taking the highlight shade and packing that on the places where I concealed, just to further highlight my face. And I'm taking it on my Morphe M501 brush. I'm also going to be placing the powder over where I contoured my nose, just to make the lines look a little bit less harsh. I'm going to take my complexion sponge with the same powder, just like this, and I'm going to be placing that under my contour just to define it a little bit more. I'm not going to let that sit for too long, so I'm just going to wipe it off now. Now to highlight, I'm going to take my Glow Kit in That Glow by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to be taking, I think I'm going to go with Bubbly, which is right here. And I'm taking that on my Morphe M510 brush. Now I'm going to be taking my Mary Luminizer and just going right on top of that. Taking my bronzer brush, I'm just going to blend my bronzer and highlight together. For blush, I'm going to be taking the smallest amount of MAC Melba blush. Again, going back in with my bronzer brush, blending. Now I'm going to spray my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I'm just going to throw on some mascara and lashes, and I'll be back to do my lips. Now that my lashes are on, I'm going to move on to my lips. And first I'm just going to be taking off any foundation that is on them. So I'm going to be showing you guys two different lip colors you could do for this eye. The first color I'm going to show you guys is kind of a brown nude color. So first I'm going to line my lips with Boldly Bare by MAC. Now I'm going to take Velvet Teddy by MAC. And lastly, just to lighten it up a little bit, I'm going to be taking Myth by MAC. And this is the first lip color. Now for the second lip color, I'm going to go in with Spice by MAC. Now taking Midnight Red by Mary Kay and going over the lip liner. So this is the second lip color, and as you can see, it makes the look a lot more bold and vampy. I like how both lip colors look, but personally, I think I would go with the nude just because that's my safe zone, you know? This is a lot more out there and I'm not like that. So here is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you guys would like to see next and I will get right on it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you next time.